history. Sure. Well, for those who didn't hear my story, which I think I covered everybody, but I'll say it again for those who didn't. I started my company DIBI 11 years ago this past December with 14 skinny ties, so a little bit of a throwback, and just kept working and reinvesting. And this was, I was living in the city before I got married, and then in 2014, I got married, moved out here to Lake Barrington, and just kept expanding the company. So my main trade is wholesale. So anything you see in here that has DB on it is what I sell to stores in North America and abroad. And then I launched apparel about 3 years ago, and then obviously we hit the pandemic, and I had about 80% cancellations going into the pandemic. I was ramping up production and for my biggest 2020 ever. So I was just telling somebody I had about like 45, 50 pallets worth of clothing and accessories landing in my new warehouse that I was expanding to. February 1st is when I signed the lease, and everything came and dropped all like between the 1st and the 15th of February. And I was still going to trade shows and crushing it and having awesome start to 2020. And then obviously that bottom fell out and needed to pivot. And one of the warehouses next to mine, which I used to have a warehouse over there, was a shop, the Barrington Saddlery, and they were liquidating all of their clothing. And I walked in and saw all these beautiful 4x8s that were kind of scattered throughout the space. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, we're all finished." And I said, "Yeah, but what are you doing with these guys?" And they're like, "Why are you interested? Do you have a store?" And I said, "No, I don't have a store, but it gives me a good idea of what I could do." And, figured something out, and that's how I opened the store in November of 2020.
Nice.
So I got a little over a year in the books, and it's been great. The community's been great. Everybody from Crystal Lake all the way through Palatine have been finding their way here. It's a little bit, most people who come in say, "Oh, I've passed it about 100 times. I finally got to come in," and it's been great. It's been a great experience. The community's great, and got a lot of regulars now, and I couldn't be happier. Things worked out the way they were supposed to work out. So thank you so much for coming tonight, those who showed up, and looking forward to meeting you guys more often and chatting you all up. So thank you.
Thank you.